What's up YouTube? For today's video, we're a full charge moves Pokemon team. So as the name charge suggests, most of these moves are going to be electric moves, which was a little bit of a problem because I was getting walled left, right, and center. Now there were a couple of other moves that actually weren't electric, but the coverage on them wasn't the greatest in the world either. Overall, these battles were very difficult. The question of today is, what is your favorite electric evolution line Pokemon? Leave below in the comment section of the video. Mine would probably be not Pikachu. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you've hit that bell and selected all notifications, because if you miss the salt, it's not my fault. You can check out the new merch for that and the remaining merch that I had there before, guys. Thank you very much to everyone who has purchased some of that. At the moment, I'm still on a holiday, probably for like another day or so, or maybe I'm coming back this time, not sure. But this will probably be one of the last videos I pre-recorded. This one's going to be pre-recorded. Maybe one after that will be as well, so I get a little bit of rest on the way back. But I shall be recharged and ready to hit you with a ton of videos soon. Alright, we got a battle. This one's on my Discord. This is against Blue on the Run. Swiggity swooty, let's get that booty with that swoop up. We're going to go for a Charge Beam with Electrium Z, Charge Beam, Carmine, Laser Focus, and Taunt. So the idea here was to get as many charge beams up as possible and take the opponent out. If they try to set up on you, you can wiggle your white finger at them, or you go for a Carmine with the Simple boost. Now, Simple obviously makes Carmine a +2 in special attack and +2 in special defense. So a really cool ability. If someone actually started to set up on you, you could go for a Laser Focus and get around them with a crit. All right, so Archon's going to go down there. I'm not playing any games with that. That probably could low-key sweep my entire team. And on the next Pokemon we got coming out is the Yuki, which is the Amora. So it's good to see Amora. I really like the shiny Amora too. Looks like super cool. So going for the Charge Beam here, I knew this definitely wouldn't take it out. I mean, any ice move is going to take Swoop out, but boy, that did nothing. So getting that Charge Beam boost, which was pretty nice there, and it's going to set up the Rain Dance. It's like, okay, this is not looking too hot. So we got the Rain on the field. I've got a +2 in special attack, but the problem is, right, I can only use Charge Beam. If I didn't make this abundantly clear before, the only damaging moves I could use against the opponent were those with the word charge in them. So obviously that's why I'm running this set. So I get another special attack boost. That's +4 in special attack. And look at this, guys. I get hit by an Icy Wind, right? So instead of my speed dropping by 1, it drops it by like 2, which is horrible. And on top of that, I get credit. I almost got bodied by like 1 Icy Wind. Anyway, so we're going to go for the Charge Beam again and hoping we can get it like a +6 and they miss Icy Wind low key. That almost takes out the Amora there, and Icy Wind is going to land. Every time I use Icy Wind, I always miss for some reason. I think it's like 95% accuracy, but for me it's like, you know, 50%. Alright, so Swoobat's going to go down. I got some of that booty though, and we're going to bring out a Lantern in. Now, Lantern was a key player in my team. As I mentioned before in the start of the video, electric types really walled me, right? So this was sort of like the key player around that. And we got on this set a Discharge, Confuse Ray, Soak, and Heal Bell. So what Soak did, it actually replaced the type. So say if they're electric type, right, and had Volt Absorb, I was like, damn son, I'm walled, and my like one of my other Pokemon's gone. With like the Bouffalant, you guys know I'm going to use that already because that's the only head charge Pokemon. If that happened, right, I could go for the Soak, turn them into a water type, then spank them with Discharge. So that was sort of like the idea. And then I could go some Parafusion and Heal Bell off of something like Toxic my team and stuff like that. So go for the Discharge again. It wasn't doing a lot of damage. It wasn't really, like very, very offensive either. It was more bulky. The EVs, Max Health and Max Special Defense. We got the leftovers as the item, but I gave the nature as bulk for a little bit of all-round bulk. So the next Pokemon we got out here is the Tepra, which is the Anorus. So I was thinking, all right, let's turn this into, firstly, let's turn this into a water type and then go for the Discharge. Now, Anorus is going to go for a Sword Dance. I'm about to get swept like Friday video. So we got to go for that Soak. We're going to make it a little bit wet. I mean, it's already raining. Is it raining? I don't know. I'm sure it's raining still, but regardless, we got to make that wet. It's going to go for two Sword Dances. So basically, at this point in the game, if I get hit by a rock throw, I'm going down, son. We're going to go for the Discharge here. I was actually hoping for a Paralyze, and that would actually shut down the Anorus, and it's got a Focus Sash. Of course, it's got a Focus Sash. We can't have a battle, guys, without a Focus Sash, a Pokemon living 1 health, Sturdy, or something like Endure, any of those sort of things. So since it lost the stab, it actually fails to take me out, and Lantern is going to take it out with the Discharge. So that was pretty good. If you guys didn't, I realized what I said before. So basically, say it's a bug type, right? Bug and rock. You use Soak on it, right? It soaks it and turns it into water type. So that X-Scissor was no longer stab. Therefore, the damage was definitely nowhere near as what it would be before. All right, so we got a Cranidos coming here. Good to see Cranidos. I quite like Cranidos is shiny too. It's pretty cool. It's going to go for a Rock Slide, and Lantern is going to go down. Cranidos has got pretty good attack too. Rampardos' attack is just off the charts. It's a really cool Pokemon. I'd say it's probably my favorite fossil Pokemon. Like, I do like some of the fossil Pokemon. All right, so we're going to bring in Dedenne here. I want to see how bulky this thing is. We're going to go for a tearful look. Now, there's nothing to cry about Cranidos. And this set was quite interesting. It was more of a little bit of a stalling set, but a little bit of a, like a twist with tearful look. So what tearful look does, you make the opponent cry and it drops their, attack and special attack. We got Recycle, a Toxic, and Parabolic Charge. So Parabolic Charge is basically like Giga Drain, but electric type move, right? That's pretty much it if you want to do it in layman's terms. So the ability I got in this is Cheek Pouch. We got the item is Citrus Berry. I've run this set for like 69 years. You guys sort of know what this is. If you don't, basically what happens, if you consume a berry, Cheek Pouch will actually activate and you'll gain health. And if it's a Citrus Berry, you get like a double boost in health. So it's a pretty cool move. Then you can use Recycle to get that berry back and back and back. And Dedenne is actually pretty hard to take out unless like the opponent has like a clear one hit KO move. You'll have a very, very fun time versing this set. All right, so go for the Parabolic Charge again. We got a Lilip coming out here from Little Root Town. There's really not much I could do this apart from going for Toxic. This thing, like Cradilly, like that sort of like even this line of Pokemon, once you use Toxic against them, they're pretty much, you know, destroyed, unless they have like rest or something, which would be weird because most of them have recover up. So yeah, I'm not able to do much damage to it, but the thing is I'm kind of waiting for that Toxic to go. The only move it's really got is like Ingrain and like Rock Tomb, so it's not doing a lot of damage. So it's trying to counter Stormy with that Ingrain. Ingrain's a really cool move. You don't see it being used much. Basically what you do is you plant your roots, right? Sometimes you got to plant your roots, and then at the end of the turn you actually absorb the nutrients from the roots. So pretend you're a trade, right? All right, this is what you do, right? You go to Bunnings. Bunnings is like a warehouse, right? You buy some soil, right? You put it in your garden, and then what you do, right, is you stand in the soil. You tip the soil down the ground, spread it nice and smooth, right? And then you stand on the soil, and then stand up straight, and then hold your arms out like a Y, and just keep standing there. That's how you become a tree, right? And that's how you use Ingrain IRL. So anyway, I've got to swap out my Dedenne there. We're going to go into Charge Bug. Now, Charge Bug has got some pretty funny moves. We got Charge Beam, Rest, and Sleep Talk. So, you know, classic Pimpnite set there with the Rest and Sleep Talk. Now, we got the Nature as Bold, Max Health, and Max Defense. This thing is very, very bulky on the defensive side. You probably wouldn't think so, but it is. We got the ability as Battery, which is useless in singles, and the held item as, of course, as Everlight. So this set was pretty much made here to like be a bulky boosting special attacking set. It was not so great on the special side, but like say if there was only physical Pokemon remaining, like, you know, that Cranidos, I was thinking that'd be interesting to see how I go up against that, if I can get enough charge beams off and maybe try and take it out. So I was trying to get some special attack boosts. This clearly didn't have anything to get rid of its poison, which is good. Usually Cradilly or its evolution lines like that fall into that trap. So a Little Root goes down. Really cool to see Lilip being used though. It's a nice Pokemon. Actually, most of this team was like, I think this was all like Little Cup teams, so it was pretty cool. We got a Red Hill coming back in. It's obviously going to go for a Rock type move or a Fire type move. It's going to go for Rock Polish to boost its speed. Now I was thinking, okay, Charge Beam's not going to take it out, but it should do a fair whack of damage to it. I've got a +2 in special attack. And of course, Cranidos isn't the bulkiest Pokemon in the world. Like, even Rampardos is evolution. If you guys haven't checked it out, I have done a Rampardos struggle only sweep before. That was awesome. Alright, so it's going to hit me with the Fire Fang. Your boy charges that one. And it's going to take out the Cranidos with the Charge Beam there, which is pretty good. That was pretty impressive to actually live that attack. That was, you know, very, very strong. Cranidos has a lot of attack for a Little Cup Pokemon. All right, so next Pokemon we got is the Blue Double D. And actually, like real talk, guys, you actually can't sing YouTube lyrics because you get like, I think you get like claimed or some crazy stuff like that. I'm not joking, by the way. It's true. So I was gonna sing that song, but I better not. All right, so we got a Charge Beam here again. It's not very effective, but it's still doing a fair whack of damage to the Tyrant. Now, Tyrant is a Dragon Dance set. The only thing I was worried about, right, I could swap out here, but I am still doing pretty good damage with Charge Beam, so I may as well just keep, you know, firing those Charge Beams off against it. So it's got a Dragon Dance or 2-up, which is going to boost its attack and speed, and of course, it's going to have Rocket too. I was thinking, okay, is this going to have, like, Head Smash or something like that? I'll go for another Charge Beam. The next Charge Beam will definitely take it out, because I got another Charge Beam boost, which is going to give me +1 in special attack. And now we've got Fire Fang for Tyrant, and that is my little Charger Bus down. I need to do a Charger Bug sweep. Like, I'm surprised I haven't done one. Like, real talk, guys. Give me a good Charger Bus set in the comments. I've got a couple anyway. I just want to see what you guys can come up with. All right, so going to Dedenne here, we got my recycling set. Dedenne is going to avoid it and go for the Toxic. Man, that was a good dodge there. So we got the Toxic on Tyrant, which is very important. I still have 2 other Pokemon, right? I've got my big Bouffalant, which you guys obviously knew was going to be on this team. I thought about running Smeagol with it, but I thought, nah, I'll do something else. So now we're going to swap out and we're going to go into Torkoal. Now, Torkoal was a physical attacking set. Now, Torkoal really didn't get to do too much in this battle, but he does get to shine in the next battle. Pardon the pun there. Alright, so I'm going to hit by the Stone Edge, and Torkoal wasn't running a bulky set of whatsoever, and it's going to go down that. This actually has a decent attack stat after a couple of Dragon Dances too. So I got to take this one out. It's got, like, basically, when you look at its health right, it's going to be around for 2 more turns, and I've only got 2 more Pokemon left. So 1 + 1 is 2, and I taught you that, all right? So now I'm going to head by another Stone Edge. Dendy's going to go down in one shot. Man, this is tight. This is tight, people. So the last Pokemon I've got is Bouffalant. Now, Bouffalant is running a max health, max attack set. So this would probably need to be a crit to take me out. Bouffalant's actually quite bulky, and I can do anything to this. So I just actually went for a Disrespect Cotton Guard. They missed the Stone Miss, and I just went for a Disrespect Cotton Guard, and Blue Double D is going to go down. And thank you for the battle. That was a really cool team, all little cup Pokemon. Like, actually, it was a shiny little cup team, except for the... I think it was just the Archer. Lille's shiny looks quite the same. Alright, next battle we got, this one's against Livia on my Discord. We haven't battled for 69 years, and I'm using, obviously, the same team. I bet you never guessed. So we got Pancakes as a lead. Now, this is quite interesting. Actually, I'm going to take a drink real quick. Okay, that's good. I've energized myself. Now, Stunfisk is actually a pretty good counter to this team if you think about it. Any electric or ground type, and this is electric and ground. So Swiggity swoop back, got to get that boot. He's got to start first. We're going to go for the taunt there. It went for Endure, so clearly, you know, she wants me to actually hit the Stunfisk with some sort of move and maybe live on 1 health. Something like that. I'm not sure what's going on here. I had my suspicions, but I wasn't 100% sure. So swapping into the Bouffalant, it's going to go for a Rock Slide. So it's a physical Stunfisk. It really doesn't do much to Bouffalant at all. Now, Bouffalant gets a really, really good move in Head Charge, and it gets a very, very good ability in Reckless. Basically, moves that do recoil damage, power up, moves like Head Charge. Now, this gets Head Charge and Wild Charge, so this thing hits as a... like an absolute truck. All right, so Fanny Dinner. I thought that said Fanny Dancer. Fancy Dinner is going to go down. My goodness. I think I've been awake for too long. That's all good there. We got a Crocodile coming in here, and now it's going to use Reflect. Now, this is pretty funny, right? So, as you guys know, Crocodile's defense, right, isn't the greatest in the world. So, I went for Head Charge. Now, I wasn't running Choice Band on this. I was running Apple Berry. If that was running Choice Band, it would have taken it out with a Reflect up. Its defenses are so bad. They're so frail. Anyway, so we got the Crocodile going for the Icy Wind there. Icy Wind won't take out Bouffalant. Obviously, their special attack is quite high on Crocodile, but the base power of the Icy Wind isn't very high. So I'm able to live that one, and I'm able to live that one and get a berry off there. Now, I've got Apple Berry basically on there, so I can keep going for Head Charges and Wild Charges. The other moves I've got are Sword Dance and Cotton Guard. This is definitely the most, the best, set on my entire team, by far. But the only way I could run it, I couldn't really meme it because it was the only Pokemon to get it right. So I had to use Head Charge and Wild Charge. I couldn't really get out of that. All right, so now we got the Stunfisk going for the Endure. I went for the Sword Dance. Like, okay, this is good. I can go for Sword Dance. I know that there's a Reflect up on the field. I got, low-key know this Stunfisk is going to go for Endure again. And now we're going to go for the Head Charge. So I was thinking, okay, this should nearly take it out in one shot. But Pancakes gets flattened. I'm not sure how you can... Guys, how do you make Stunfisk more flat than it already is? That was a pure example. It's going to get critted by Head Charge with a +2 an attack. That's got to hurt. All right, so out comes the Swanna. I think Swanna was one of the first Pokemon I caught in Ultra Sun and Moon Wormholes. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it's going to hit me with a Hurricane, and the bull is going to blow away. That's like my first Pokemon down, which was pretty crazy. Then again, I had a really good Pokemon there. Bouffalant was definitely the best Pokemon on my team. So bringing in Denny, basically at this point, Swanna is going to go down to a Thunder Shock. However, we got the Vivillon coming into this one. Now, instead of going for the Parabolic Charge, I was like, should I go for a Toxic instead? Or, will they predict a swap? So I decided, let's go for Parabolic Charge. Actually, when you look at it, they've got Swanna, Tranquil, Unfezant, and Vivillon. All 3 of them were weak for electric, which was actually pretty good for me. Alright, so we got the, I think it's the snowy, the snowy Vivillon. Do you guys, when Pokemon X and Y come out, did you guys go through and try and collect all, the different patterns? I know I did that. It took me ages to get the Sandstorm one. I think it was from, I swear it was just from Afghanistan or something like that. It's like a really random place. I was like, what the heck? I think it was the Sandstorm one. And the other one was really cool, was the Pokeball one too. I think I like the Pokeball one and the Snowy Icy one. They were pretty cool, but that that Sandstorm one took me a long time to track down. Anyway, well, when the game first came out, like, I guess it took me a long time to track down. After that, I obviously had more of them. So we got the Vivian, we got a poison on it, and I've got infestations. This is a bulky Vivian. You know, a bit of respect for that bulky Vivian. I'm going to be poison now. Poison obviously is going to shut my Deadly down because I've got no way to get rid of the poison. And now we got the little jumping pineapple coming in. I really like Shining on Ludicolo. It looks like super awesome. So going for the not the disarming voice, the charge beam parabolic charge. The charge beam parabolic charge. Seriously, I really like parabolic charge. It's like Giga Drain, but just on like, I think the base power is actually pretty similar. I'm just gonna have a quick little look on my game right now. It's very, it may be a little bit. It's about the same. Okay, so it's 65. I think Giga Drain's like 60. Anyway, so taking a little bit of damage there. It's gonna knock off my citrus berry, so I can actually not go recycle again. Denny's basically, it's done here. It can't do anything more. I'm kind of happy with the result, though. I actually poisoned that Vivillon. So go for a final parabolic charge on the Ludicolo here. Ludicolo is a physical set too. And I've got my Torkoal. I was thinking, if I swap Torkoal in here and get that sunlight up right, I can get rid of that advantage of the water-type moves on the Ludicolo. Like, it definitely won't be hitting me hard at all. Plus, it's already poisoned too, so I could definitely get that one down. So going back, or going into Torkoal, I haven't been into Torkoal yet, I could go for a Flame Charge or a Shell Smash. Now, just in case the Ludicolo did stay in and not, like, swap out, I went for a Flame Charge. Now, Flame Charge was pretty good against the other Pokemon too. The only Pokemon left was Swanna and the Vivillon. So, obviously, this is not going to do a lot of damage to Swanna normally, but with the Sun Up, it actually does a lot of damage, and it's like a 3-hit KO, nearly a 2-hit KO. So, getting a nice speed rise there, and unfortunately for me, Swanna's going to make it rain, and my sun goes away. Damn. At the moment, it's been running, so when I'm actually on holiday at the moment, so it should be quite tropical there. Hopefully, when apparently I don't need to pack a jumper. And we're going to go for the Flame Charge there, and look at the difference in power there. Like, did you see that? I nearly did half health, and that one did, like, I reckon that'll probably take it, it's like 20-hit KO. So Swanna's going to swap out. Ludicolo's going to come back in. Now, Ludicolo's probably going to have Swift Swim. It's going to be dancing in the rain there. Plus, all its water-type moves, i.e. Waterfall, is going to get powered up. And my Torkoal's not going to like this one bit. Now, Torkoal does have a nice base defense, usually. So I was thinking I could live this one, but I'm going to go into Swiggity Swoobat again and see if I can live this and take out the Ludicolo. Or maybe just like get some more toxic damage on it. So it's going to go for Waterfall there, almost taking out my Swoobat. The problem with Ludicolo, its attack's good, but it's not amazing. So that's probably why it didn't take me out. And now it's going to go for Knockoff, and my Swoobat is down. That's going to be super effective. I had a Z Crystal, it didn't matter anyway. I guess that's the only drawback to having a Z Crystal, right? It never gets knocked off, so you keep getting hit by, you know, that max power. So Ludicolo is going to go down to the toxic damage. There's a Swan left and there's a Butterfly left. I'm going to go to Charge Bug this time. I thought it'd be appropriate. I thought Charge Bug would be really good. I can just keep going for the Charge Beam, and that would do a lot of damage to the Swanna as well, and do some good damage to Vivillon because they're both weak to it. Okay, so Swanna's going to go for the Hurricane here onto my Charger Bus, and it doesn't do too much damage. I'm going to go for Charge Beam. It actually has like a complete counter to that. We're going to go for Charge Beam, and guess what, guys? It lived on 1 health. That berry actually made it live. I can't believe that. Of the Weekend Berry, if I didn't say so. I like those little berries. The thing I want to get back in the game, so if you guys played 5th Gen or whatever like that, if you heard of these items before, you know we got normal gems and stuff. I'd really like to see all those gems return, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, I mean, I can see why some of them haven't returned, because Z-Moo's Sword or replace them if you think about it. Like, they are all one-time use, but they would be cool to have back. I don't know. Like, it made some other, like, moves or Pokemon strategies quite good. Or Horlucha with Flying Gem would be a bit scary, though, if you know what I mean. Alright, so we got the Vivillon go for another Hurricane on my Charger Bug, and it's going to get confused this time. So it's like, okay, it doesn't matter. I've still got Torkoal left. I can go for the Flame Charge and take the Vivillon out. I'm going to get through that and go for the Charge Beam, and that is going to hit Vivillon pretty hard. Now, Vivillon just this because it's a bulky Vivillon, people, and I get another special attack boost. But that's pretty much the Vivillon has been poisoned earlier on, and that is game. A really cool team, though. I like the, I like Stun. I have to say, probably my favorite Pokemon on the team was Stunfisk. And I like the Vivillon pattern too. Bulky Vivillon, I got to give them that one, props on that one too. So Charger Bug is like, my team was actually quite a good match for this one if you take Stunfisk out of the equation. Alright, I hope you people enjoyed both those battles. I should be back soon in a day or two. Peace.